So welcome everyone to the last session before summer for what's new in Google Workspace, where we show you the latest features that have been released over the last few months. Um, Really happy to have you here. My name, for those of you who don't know, is Simone French. I head up the work transformation team in EMEA, but I'm based in Stockholm, Sweden, where I head up the Google Workspace team for the Nordics, and have my fabulous colleague Pablo on the call,
Yeah,
as
hi.
always.
So for those who don't know me, I'm Pablo Sava, based in the UK, heading up Workspace in the UK and head of AI and innovation. So working on such services like Agent Space and Gemini with some of our lucky customers. So good morning and welcome.
Great. So for this session, it's being recorded. And it will be shared afterwards. We always post it to our YouTube channel. Questions. Sometimes we say use the Q&A. I think for this, do we want to use the Q&A, Pablo?
Let's stick to Q&A if we
Yeah.
can, because I know there's not a big audience this quarter, but I imagine there'll be similar questions. So the Q&A makes it easier for us. If you go in and see there's a question that you were going to ask, just thumbs up that question. We'll answer it earlier. So definitely use the Q&A. If anyone doesn't know what the Q&A is, if you go right to the bottom, is it this side or that side, depending if I'm mirrored? There's a little grid, and then click that grid, and then you'll see a Q&A option. So please use the Q&A option. If you put it in chat, we will get to it, but just later.
Yeah. And also with the Q&A, check before you ask your question, because somebody may have already asked that, and then you can just upvote it. And then that will obviously come to the top of the list. So great.
I will add as well, we will open up for questions at the end if we've got time. So no worries.
Exactly. Fantastic. So let's kick this off. We've got a bit of news and some events to share. Firstly, happy to announce that our flagship event, Google Cloud Days, is coming to your city later this year in October. I think most of the days have been planned for, but this is a fantastic event we've been doing for the last few years. It's always very well attended. Great opportunity, especially for if you're, CTO, CIO, so any of the C-level suite, but also, your heads of data, AI, any of your engineers. It's a great opportunity to come join us on site, as well as Googlers and other customers. Of course, at the moment, we're going through one of the biggest technology shifts of our time with AI. So this will be a really great opportunity for you to see customer sessions. We'll have panel discussions, connect with your peers, share ideas. So yeah, really good opportunity to hear about, the latest kind of innovations that are happening, and also see the latest Google Cloud tech in action. We'll share this deck later on, and there'll be a link to register for your city for that in this deck. But Pablo, over to you, because we've got some Chrome news as well. I don't know if it's new, but
I'll get some feedback from so you guys have the emojis, by the way. If you go down to the bottom and you click the smiley face, you can react. So it'd be really good to get some info from you guys. Good. There you go. There's the reaction. Thanks, Max. I'd love to hear from you a little bit on your opinion on this, because CEP is relatively new. It's a newish product from Google, and it actually makes admins' lives that much easier. So if you currently do anything like URL filtering or anything like that, you want to listen in for sure. I'll start with saying that it's safe to say that Chrome is one of the core browsers that is installed not just in enterprises, but also in consumer world. So one of the biggest pieces here is that CEP is something that simply uses Chrome, whether it's the consumer installed version, whether that's a business version that's pushed out, it doesn't matter. Chrome is the anchor for CEP. Now that's important. And the reason I say that is because CEP can do a lot more than the other services that you might have in terms of Chrome Enterprise Core and Chrome Management. So what CEP can do is you can set a policy on a user in Google Workspace, and then anywhere that user logs in, as long as it's Chrome, they will get those policies. And if they try and log into a browser that isn't Chrome, you can also tell them to go and use Chrome. And the advantages here are that you can set policies for users not to be able to print corporate files, not to be able to copy and paste content from their corporate workspace account to another account. So Chrome is used as your sandbox, if you like. There's loads of other applications out there in the world that you can install a client on the machine, and that will stop things like copying and pasting. You can do DNS filtering, URL filtering, and you can do all those kinds of things. But the advantage here is that it uses Chrome. Chrome is inherently on most machines already, and users know how to install Chrome. So actually, you're getting all of those advanced security features. Evidence Locker is a really good example of that. You can stop people from deleting their downloaded files so that you can have a look at and audit those later if you have an issue. You can record security events that have happened within the account and within Chrome and the local machine. You've got loads of those abilities through Chrome. So what that is Chrome Enterprise Premium. You can think of Chrome Enterprise Premium as advanced security settings that you can enable on users using the Chrome application. So it's really popular at the moment, and we've got a lot of customers coming to us saying, actually, I need to shore up some of my DLP, my data loss prevention on the machine, but I want to enable BYOD. Chrome Enterprise Premium is perfect for this. If it's something that interests you, definitely reach out. We've had a lot of interest recently. That's why we put it here in the slide. I think we even covered it last quarter as well. So please do reach out if it's something you want to see. If you want to understand more details of how it works, then just let us know. And then just to add some more juiciness to that, there's a big offer at the moment where if you do decide to commit to some licenses for CEP, this is a per user licensed product, then actually we get some funding from Google to help you turn it on, set it up, and get going. So this is a limited time offer. So I would say if you are interested in CEP, definitely reach out to us. This is a very popular offer at the moment. Good. Okay, and then I think it's me. Okay, we'll get started with what's new. Let's get into the juicy crux of the content. So I'll pause for a second. Before I go through this, thumbs up if you do use CEP. I just want to close that out a little bit. Have you ever used or heard of CEP? Anyone? Okay, Max has heard of it. Oh, yeah, actually, you guys use it, of course. Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, if you want more info, definitely reach out. I just wanted to see if anyone had heard of it before. Go ahead, Simone.
And there is a question from Max asking about CEP licenses. So I just thought I'd bring this up now, and if they'll be available to order from us soon. But I think you showed the slide earlier, so it's available now.
I mean, yeah. Not only is it available now, I think you guys have it, Max. You've already got the licenses. So yes, you can have them, and you do have them. So no issues there. Good. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to start with, so we haven't separated these into themes or anything. We're jumping around a little bit on the content, but it's all very good content, so no issues there. We'll start with Gemini. So thumbs up if you've used Deep Research. Who's used Deep Research before? Anyone used it? Okay, there's a few. Oh, good. Okay, if you haven't used it, definitely go give it a try. There's a jaw drop moment here when you realize the power of what Deep Research is. Just a bit of context on Deep Research. So Deep Research allows you to ask Gemini to go away and do some research for you. So you could say, actually, I used it yesterday to find the price of a 25 terabyte hard drive. I wanted to buy one. So I said, show me all 25 terabyte hard drives that are suitable for servers, et cetera, and list where they're sold in the UK. So it went away. 20 minutes later, it came back with a full report and a tabular list with the advantages of the top sold ones, etc. This is really good if you're doing like contracting. You want to do a bit of research on the company that's selling you the SaaS service. Great. So another one actually. I don't know who's done this actually. Has anyone deep researched themselves? Has anyone done that? So put your name into Deep Research and say, give me all the information you can find on this person. I'm not going to screen share you my Deep Research of my name. It's scary. I found some addresses that I didn't realize were available online. Doesn't mean you should do it for me, by the way. Please don't Deep Research me. But it's really a really big light bulb moment of how powerful Deep Research can be. It goes into the crux of the internet and does that that Google search research that it takes you hours to do. And it just got more powerful. So actually what you can do now is you can give deep research a file. Now, this is a little bit confusing as to why you would do that. So I'm going to give you some examples of why you would do that. One of my favorites is an email. So if you've ever got a really long email from a vendor trying to sell you something, or from a customer trying to explain something to you with lots of URLs, you can print that email to PDF and then attach it to deep research. And you can say, research all of the URLs and details of this email and give me give me back everything I need to come back with qualifying questions for my business or whatever it is. And that's really fruitful, by the way. So like if you know you want to get back to that person with some good background knowledge, put your email into deep research and then do a deep research on that email. I'll actually just do a real quick demo. I'm just conscious how long I'm talking on this slide, and we've got a few, but let's do this. Simone, I'm going to steal the screen share for just a second, if that's all right.
Go for it. Do it.
Is this the right one? Yes. You've got insight to my actual Gemini here, so hopefully you don't see too much history. So if you go to Gemini, do definitely click 2.5 Pro. That is the best learning model at the moment. Click this button here for deep research. I'm actually going to add a file. In this example, I'm actually going to add a file about all of the new updates from Google Workspace. If it loads, come on. That's as slow as I am today. No, let's do that one. Okay. Get rid of this. There we go. So in that sheet, it's just a list of what's new in Google for the last few weeks. And I'm actually going to grab, if you bear with me. Oh, this is how unprepared I am. Apologies. So my prompt, I'm going to copy and paste it because my spelling is terrible. My prompt is that I run a company that specializes in creating TV adverts, and I want to make sure I use all of the great capabilities of Google Workspace to provide a table with features in Google Workspace that be relevant to my users to be more productive. So I've given it the sheet as well to point it in the right direction of where I want it to look. So that's the Workspace blogs. Now, I'm not going to wait for this to finish because deep research can take quite a few minutes. I've seen one of my researches took 2 hours. It doesn't normally take that long. It can be about 10, 20 minutes. But I'm going to pause it there, and I'll come back to show you what the output of deep research looks like if you haven't seen that already. But that's how you attach a file to a deep research. So give that a go. Honestly, it's a really it's really jaw-dropping to see what kind of stuff it comes out with. I'm going to stop sharing. Hopefully you can carry on sharing. Yeah, perfect. So that's deep research. And I've not got control anymore. So you're going to have to go to the next slide, Simone.
I will indeed.
Perfect.
Thanks, Pablo. So we'll come back and see the results later. All right, we'll give it a bit of time to work its magic. But good. So moving on to video engagement insights in Google Drive. This has been a highly requested feature for a long time. So for all the other marketers and content producers and creators out there, essentially Google's been investing a lot in this. So the whole video player experience from within Google Drive, right? So they've done generated captions, you can have video transcripts, and now the latest one that Google has released is that you're able to measure the engagement on videos that have been uploaded to Drive. So you can now see the total number of times that a video is opened. They've introduced a new analytics section. So this is really great, and you can do it. There's the 3-dot menu that you'll all be familiar with in terms of the functionality. You open the new analytics section, and then you're able to see the count of views from there. So really good feature. Great to see that Google is investing more in this. Again, we'll share the deck. There's a link here straight to the support center, or sorry, learning center. So you'll be able to read more about this. I'll actually move on to the next one because it is also to do with videos. And what we've got changing here is that you're able to actually use the AI features, so summarization, for videos from, again, within Google Drive. So now you're going to be able to see from within the side panel for Google Drive. I mean, currently you can summarize documents, you can summarize sheets, slides, etc. Now you can summarize video content, right? Which is fantastic. So this is, I think it was released on rapid release end of May. Yep, exactly. And scheduled release is actually from next week. So you can get summaries of your videos. I mean, normally we do a lot of training, you know, videos, webinars, etc. here at Devoteam. If I want to go back and look at a video, you know, maybe you have to go back and press on play and watch it a little bit. This is giving us the opportunity here to be able to summarize the video inside panel in Drive. You can ask it to do a number of things as well, so that you're able to engage with it in a better way. Pablo, I see you want to add something.
Yeah, so thumbs up if you get our onboarding package. So I think some of our customers actually pay for us to do their onboarding for us. If you do have that, I don't know if I see anyone here that gets those. If you do have those, we share those recordings each time we do them with the people that attended in case they want to go back and catch up. So imagine we've just done the onboarding. They've got the URL to the video that has been recorded for that onboarding training. They can go back and ask the video, how did they do that really cool tip where you grouped tabs in Chrome or something like that? They don't have to watch the whole video again. So it's kind of like asking the training video for that content without having to watch the whole video again. So actually, really, it pairs really nicely with one of our offerings for doing onboarding training. But honestly, it's saved me a lot of time as well. It's really good.
And I think, yeah, exactly. I know a lot of people, and we do it as well for our videos, you know, like 1 minute, 12 seconds, here's the piece you want to know about, you know, I don't know, DLP rules or whatever it is, right? So this is really going to be able to help you engage with the video content in a different way. You can skip that piece now. You can just ask the video itself what you want to know. You know, what are the highlights? Can you list the action items from this meeting recording if you're sitting in a you know, a meeting, or as Pablo said, being able to pinpoint specific content. One thing to know, the feature is currently only available in English. So important to remember that as well. Good.
Oh, I think you're cutting up a little bit. I don't know if I am or if it's you, but your microphone cut out there. Sorry, I'll take this one. So this is for me. So new Gemini summaries. So thumbs up if you are on the go reading long emails all the time, and sometimes you only get the chance to read those long emails when you're on the commute or on the plane. And you think, okay, I'll start scrolling through these emails that I've put off for a while. There's a new I'm very excited by this. I can now do all of those Gemini features on my mobile. So that's summarize the email thread, help me draft, all that kind of side panel goodness that you've got in the mobile device. Now, I am not 100% sure because I haven't tried this myself yet, if that includes gems. I am very excited if that would include gems. But it is definitely something I'm looking forward to summarize those long emails on the go. Go ahead, Simone.
I was going to say, is there anyone on the call who has tried this and can tell us if they've tried using gems on it?
It does not include gems. Thank you, Andreas. Okay. Well, then I'll be giving some feedback to Google to include gems. But this is definitely an exciting step towards being able to do equally as powerful AI queries on your mobile device as you do in the web. And I think you're going to see a lot of these, by the way. There's definitely a drive to have equal parity of usability on mobile as there is on web. So watch this space for sure. Good. Let's move on. Got another one on chat, I think, is the next one. Yes, let's take a look. So this one's a quick one. If you haven't used the home button in chat, definitely worth taking a look. It does a nice summary of all the things that need your attention, but it can now do summarized conversations in French, Italian, Japanese, and Korean. So if that is something that you would like to see in I know French was something that was being requested quite a lot in a different language. Give that a go. It should now start working for you. Good. I'll move on. There we go. Catch me up. Has anyone tried this? I saw this button just the other day, and I am absolutely gobsmacked with the output. I was going to show you a slide with just my output, but I thought, no, that's too much. You've probably seen these little blue buttons next to your file, and you've probably been too busy to try them, which just like I had. And so there's two places to use Catch Me Up in Google Drive. You can use it in the icon right next to the file, and it will give you all of the changes and all of the information you haven't seen since you last saw the file. And the same thing you can do at the top, you'll see in the picture there, you can click the Catch Me Up button in a Drive area, not just a file. This was fantastic. I think Emma, our marketing person here, is on the call. So she's always sending us updates as to what's the next event. Pablo, you're going to be interviewing this customer, and this is what you're going to say. And I'm very bad at keeping up with that. She's all over it. So thank you very much, Emma. So now I open up Drive and I click that blue button on the updates for the event, and it literally summarizes. Emma has now said that you need to interview this person, and these are the questions you're going to ask, and this is the last update since the last time you looked at the file. Honestly, I mean, if there isn't a definition of a time saver, that is clearly it. It's absolutely incredible. This is only something you understand the benefit of if you try it. So please go to one of those documents that keep getting updated or you're working on, click that button, and then you can see the proof is in the pudding, definitely, for this one. This is on by default as long as you've got your Gemini personalization settings, and it has been on for a bit, so it's probably something that you might have overlooked if you haven't tried it already. Thumbs up if you've tried this, actually. Anyone tried this already? No one's tried this. Then you're all going to love it. Please go give it a go. Oh, you have tried it, something perfect. Excellent. Let's see what we've got next. Okay, this is more for the developers and coders. I'm one of those that likes to think they're a developer, but they're clearly not, because Gemini 2.5 Pro is very good at writing scripts and code on a whim. But this is a really nice one. If you have got a GitHub repository, or you've got a location on GitHub that's got lots of code, and you want to get Gemini to help you add comments or help you review some of the bits that are going wrong or erroring, or take a look and just do a second pass. I don't know if you guys have this where you're staring at this block of code for so long and you can't understand where things are going wrong. Getting Gemini to look at it and give you a second opinion is really helpful. So you can do that now. It's available now. Just go to gemini.google.com. Open up the prompt section and click import code. It will then give you like a location, a pop-up that you can see on there. Put your GitHub repository URL in there. Click import. It will ask for access to your GitHub repository access, like kind of like the same way that you authorize access to your account. And then you can just ask it questions. You can say, why does my button not load on my web app, or whatever it is, and then it can start to dissect those issues for you. I'm going to ask this for most of them, but has anyone used this yet? Has anyone tried it? The GitHub repository? No? Okay. Oh, one person has. Okay, good. Okay. Because I think it's been around for very long. So if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. Good. Oh, this one excited me. So I have a drone. I'm a big fan of flying drones, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to try this with my drone. So what is this? So Google Meet now allows you to present content from a video, so a USB video camera or any camera that you have connected. This is really nice. So if you have town halls, for example, and you have a setup, we have one actually in Devoteam. We have a really advanced setup with a green screen and an advanced camera and audio. So you can now put that as an input to present. And when you present a video feed from the camera, it actually allows you to do it in 1080 and 30 frames per second. So it actually does give you that extra smooth video stream. It's also really good if you've got like, depending on the business type you are, like if you've got labs with USB microscopes, you can put those in as to present and show findings or record your findings in a Meet. So definitely give it a go. With this, by the way, also comes an improvement on the sharing functionality for what you can share on the screen. So I'm very excited to see this. I haven't actually seen it on my screen yet, so I don't know. I think we're rapid release, but we'll wait to see how that looks. Yeah, I'd love to hear feedback on this one as well, if anyone has any. Looking forward to that. Good. I mean, who does a town hall? Everyone does a town hall, right? Who doesn't do a town hall? Do you guys think it will be useful? Thumbs up if it's going to be useful for your town hall, at least, maybe? No? No one got camera equipment? Am I the geeky one that has cameras? Okay. Oh, I'll take that. Good. Data regions. Oh, wow. We've gone from presenting cameras to data regions. So data regions for Gemini specifically. So Gemini as a service now adheres to whatever data regions you've got set. For anyone who's not sure what data regions are, if you're on Enterprise Plus or you have Assured Controls add-on, then you can set data regions in your admin consoles so that certain users are in certain regions. So you could say these users are in Europe, these users, the data is in the US. Now, the help me write functionality in Gemini will now adhere to these data regions as well to keep compliance. So that is now, it's basically rolled out now. So if you have that setting, just make sure you've got that service also set in the compliance too, so that it will follow compliance according to your admin console settings, which is good. So we have data regions for Gemini. Oh, there's a demo for this one. So has anyone ever clicked the Analyze button in Sheets? Anyone? No. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. I'm glad that you're still awake and you're still here and not just doing some work in the background. Okay, another one. Good. I was going to say more than one person has clicked the Analyze button in Sheets, surely. Okay, well, let me show you just how that has changed. So this update, I'm not going to lie, I'm very excited about this update, and you'll see just why in a second. So let me show you a sheet. I'm going to steal presenting for a second, Simone. Let's have a look. Where is it? I've got too many sheets open. There we go. Perfect. Do you see my recent estimate of efforts for my project? Good. So in here, I can highlight. I don't even think I need to highlight it. You don't have to highlight it. You can click Analyze this data. That's also fascinating, by the way. I absolutely love that button, but I'm not going to show you that right now. I'm going to open up Gemini side panel. It's very, very wide. This. Can I make it smaller? Yeah. And I'm going to say chart the number of hours per quarter for each role. I haven't even put quarter, I've just put Q. So I've asked it to create a chart of how many hours are used per quarter for each of the roles. So now, if you did this before this feature was released, it would still give you the answer, but it would give you a static image and you can't tweak that image in any way. So it would just give you that an image you can import. Now it's not only going to create, it does actually create some, I think it's Python in the background to make sure it gets the right numbers. But now it gives you a Google Sheet graph that you can tweak. You can change the title and the axes. So now you can click the insert button and hey presto, look at this. We've got an editable chart. I can change the title. This is something that we have been asking for ages. And also, I'm really excited because it updates as you update the numbers. So not only are you going to get the chart that you need, but you can get something that actually does change with the numbers that change too. So exciting stuff. I shouldn't get so excited about Sheets. I'm sorry. I'll stop. But here you go, Simone. I'll let you present again. Perfect. And then I'm back to that's definitely a feature request from Google. If you stop presenting and come back, you need to be able to control slides. Thank you so much.
Ta-da. Good work.
Okay. So who's going to try the graphs? Like, I can't be the only one excited for this. Surely everyone is excited about it. Thank you, Simone, for the graph and sheets of support. Okay, good. Oh, this one's great. I'm going to steal present again. So who's seen that video floating around made by Veo3 of Moses, the blogger? Has anyone seen that one? Or the Bigfoot, was it Bigfoot's blog as well? Vlog, I should say. These are fascinating. I'm not going to show you them on here. Definitely go have a Google of those. But Veo3 is making waves in the social media platforms with some of the videos that are coming out. Definitely take a look at them. They're hilarious. But Veo3 is the newest, latest video generating tool from Google. It is really exciting because it's scary how realistic they are. My wife has stopped believing any videos I send her now. You can use vids.google.com. So thumbs up if you've used vids.google.com. Anyone used it before? Come on, you must have used this. Yes, okay. Well, if you haven't, there's even more to discover, but go to vids.google.com. There's a button in that says generate video, and in there you can now make videos with Veo3. The biggest difference is that it generates the audio as well. I'm going to show you two of these. I'm quite excited to show you them, I'm not going to lie. Let me just check. Let's do this one. So I'll share my screen with audio. Present now, and then I'll have to do a tab. This is the crux of doing a live demo. Is there audio? Yes, it is. So you should see. Let's make sure it's not muted. So here's just one I made yesterday.
Hi, this is Virtual Pablo working late last night on the deck you see today.
So there we go. That was literally just made a few minutes ago. I'm going to give you one more. This is one I made frustratedly. Sent this to my wife on Monday.
Just back from a long and tedious fishing weekend, but it's nothing like the weekend Pablo had trying to win this big workspace deal.
So just a glimpse of some of the videos you can make with Veo3. Honestly, give it a go. It's so much fun. You do have a quota per day, and the videos are only 8 seconds, but it's absolutely fantastic to see the jaw drops of people when they say, is that real? Wait, how did you do that? So definitely give it a go. Really good for marketing as well, for sure. Okay, good. That's June 9th. Yes, it's already been around for a while. So go check it out. Right, Simone.
Do we get to see the other one? You shared one. I know there was another one.
There was 2 of them. Did you not see 2?
Show 2?
I did show 2. I mean, I can generate another one. They are fun to generate. I'll make another one gladly.
No, perfect. We'll let everyone else have the joy of doing that for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Or somebody else. Okay. So let's jump to the next one then. And this, I think, is, for me at least, one of the most exciting ones. So finally, Google has just recently released this. So a question, who is tired of sifting through countless form responses? Right, you send out a form. You need to then get all the answers. This is especially for the short paragraph summaries and the responses there. Right, it's a pain, right? You want to do a quick summarization of the responses. What if AI could do it for you? Could do all the heavy lifting? Because basically now it can, right? So Google just released this on rapid release this week, and it will be coming out on scheduled release a little later this month. But essentially, you're now able to gain insights from responses on Google Forms. This is for the short answer or the paragraph questions. So it's AI-generated text summarizations. So essentially, you're going to be able to use the context of what's in the title, or sorry, Gemini is going to do this for you. What's in the description, the question, and any of the responses to be able to create a summary for you with key themes and takeaways. I was actually doing this very thing last week, sitting there and having to summarize, pasting each answer into Gemini to get a summary. Now you can do it directly in Forms. Again, this is only available in English at this time, but I think this is, if we all talked about Gemini saving us time in other areas, it's definitely going to be saving us time in Forms with this. So,
Love it.
yeah,
Absolutely love it. I mean, the amount of times I have to go through Google Forms and see which feedbacks are positive, which ones are negative. Is there any critical
sentiment
things we need to pick
analysis,
up? Yeah, all of that stuff.
Exactly.
Google Forms just got very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that being said, even more powerful, this was announced also on Monday, I think it was, or earlier this week, anyway, in the last couple of days. But so again, now you're able to summarize forms and responses, but now it's also going to create forms for you. So yeah, I think slides was the last big announcement they did, and Gemini being able to create slides for you. Now it can actually help us create forms. So this is fantastic. And again, it's on rapid release now, so you can actually test it if you had rapid release switched on. Otherwise, it will be available for everyone from the beginning of July.
So I don't know if others are quite as excited as us. I don't know if this is just a geeky thing, but like just literally on the weekend, my wife said, well, we're going to have to make a Google form to see who is going to my daughter's 3rd birthday party that has an allergy. And I was like, well, that's easy. And I literally just said, my daughter's having a 3rd birthday party. I need to record all the responses and who has an allergy and what allergy they are. Within about 20 seconds, we had a form sent out. It was just so much easier. So I think, I know this is more of a personal scenario, but actually when you just think about how quickly you can get feedback from sessions, from teams, it's less of a task and more of just a quick win.
Yeah, and I think, what's also exciting is you get these kind of templated Canvas features, right? So it actually gives you some options to start with. So you can actually, when you open Forms, actually just go to forms.new in your browser, and it will bring up and it will show exactly the screen that we're showing here. And it has some suggestions, so as you said, if you're needing to collect RSVPs or submit any information, they've got some here, evaluate an onboarding experience, build a quiz. So there's some to get you started with, but also it's just, you'll be able to put in a short prompt describing what you want to create. You can even add content from files in here. So use the @ symbol, and it will build it for you.
Should we demo that?
Yeah. I was going to say you can. I was going to just fly by the seat of my pants, do a quick demo if you want to.
Yeah, because we've got the content that we run in this call. So we've got all the new features from Google Workspace blogs in a sheet. So I could make a really quick quiz for you guys to run afterwards, right? So let's just. By the way, this is not planned. Like Simone is like, all risk on you, Pablo, for doing a demo right now.
I said flying by the seat of our pants, but that's part of the fun part, right?
Fine, we'll edit it for when we put it on YouTube. So like literally I've just opened up forms.new and I've said, can you create a quiz for the attend oops.
And again, while you're writing that, it's just in English for now. So a caveat there, just so you're aware.
Webinar. To check they were listening to all the content. Here is a list of what's new. I am going to check my spelling. I'm sorry. It just makes me cringe that I might totally misunderstand. So I'm going to do the @ symbol. Has anyone done that before? So we do the quarterly. Yep. There we go. That's it. And there, and then we hit create, and let's check.
creating a captivating form.
Look at that.
Ta-da!
Within seconds, we've got what's new in Google Workspace, webinar quiz, and what's now supported for migration. No, we didn't cover that one. That was one we didn't cover. New functionality for deep research. What are you able to do now? This is great. Guys, I'm going to send this to you, and then I'm going to check if you were listening, but I'll call if you were just doing work on another screen. Perfect. I mean, that's proof of right there, how quick you can whip up a form. It's great.
Exactly. I mean, you can do it on the fly. You may be sitting in a session like this, forgot to create a form to send out at the end of the session, and then, 2 minutes on the side and you'll have a form ready to go. Important to note, again, that it's at this time it doesn't support, complex forms if you want, or multi-section forms or those sort of things. I mean, this is more for simple, quick forms. It does quizzes for you, but it might not be able to do some specific settings in quizzes just yet. But definitely give this a go, play around with it. It's just a lot of fun being able to create different forms, see what it comes up with for you. Pablo, I think that's the end of the.
Well, no,
so it's not. Sorry,
we've got the deep research that I want to show, and I've got to show you what the output was. So those of you who joined a little bit later, just a quick recap that we did to start a deep research with the new adding a file capability. So those usually take a little bit to produce a report, but let's take a look. So if I go to my screen, is it this one?
Very interested to see the results here.
This one. I've got too many Gemini windows open. There we go. I don't want to show you the wrong one. There we go. Here we go. So just to recap here, we attached a file with what we cover in the quarterly deck. And I said, I run a company that specializes in creating TV adverts. I'd like to ensure that we capture all the great new features to enable productivity in our business. And it's created a report based on a bit of agentic web searching and the file I gave it. And it is a big report, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot in here. So VIO 3, we just talked about VIO 3, is going to be very useful. Lot of stuff in here. And then I just want to scroll down just to show you. Here we go. I've asked for the tabular list of new features. And here you go. You've got all the different new features, how it would impact my business, and why it would be beneficial, and to what user types would be beneficial. This is great. So if you need a change plan, a training plan, this is a really good way of doing it. And I'll just show you the bottom here where the references are. Oops, usually there's references. Where have they gone? Okay, I can't show you the references, but it usually tells you where it's got the information from at the bottom. You can export that as a Google Doc if you haven't done that before, but this is also quite new. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You can create a web page, an infographic, a quiz from this report. So if I click the web page, for example, it will literally generate the code for a HTML web page to be able to review this.
Amazing. That's the first time I've seen this button, actually, just when you're sharing it now.
It's shockingly impressive. There is also supposed to be an audio overview there, but it's missing. I don't know where it's gone. But in that create button, it should also let you do an audio overview. So that's deep research. If you guys haven't used deep research, I don't know which rock you're living under. It's fantastic. It's really, really powerful. There you go. It's just made me a web page with my report results. We're getting really in depth here with deep research. If you give it a second, I know it's code, but just ignore that bit. It will actually show us the web page in just a second. Okay. This is the reason I think I'm a developer now. I just asked Gemini to make me a web app, and it does it. It's incredible. This might take a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, well, we can also just get started with any questions you might have as well while we're finished that. So anyone got any questions on any of those features, any feedback, any insights? We'd love to hear from you guys if you've got anything to add. You can unmute as well. We'll go through. Let me check if there's any questions while people muster up the courage to ask.
No, there's just the one we had earlier about CEP.
Okay. There's no preview button. Of course, when I demo this, it's not going to show me the preview button. Usually there's a preview button that lets you see the web page, but it's not showing us that today. So never mind. Anyway, you've got the reports there. You get where we're going with this. Good.
Actually, one question here, just from my side. So with something like this, often it might take, 20 minutes, can be shorter depending on what it is, right, to create something. Does it send you a notification when it's done, or you have to go back
Oh,
and check, or?
love that question. So if you put in a deep research and you say, give me all of the side effects of this antihistamine I'm going to take, right? Obviously, I need to give a caveat that you should be careful with medical stuff in Gemini. And then you go away and you walk around the rest of the shop, for example, which is exactly what I do. Your phone will ping you when that report is ready for you to view. I actually used this when I saw a trampoline for sale on Asda, and I was like, is that really the cheapest price? Do a deep research for trampolines that are 10 foot, in the UK that I can walk into a shop and purchase today. Start the deep research, pop it in my pocket, did the rest of the shop, came back, and then I looked at it and it said, there's one place that's cheaper, there's none in stock, this is your best bet. Brilliant. Like, can you imagine sitting down doing a Google search for an item that you found in a shop because you want to see if it's cheaper somewhere else? There's also, I don't know if that's penny pinching as well, but there's so many use cases for that kind of deep research as well. So it's a good question. Yes, it does pop up on your phone when that report is done, which is nice.
And I think we're going to see a lot more of this, right? People, using Google search less and using these sort of, tools to really make your lives easier and much more relevant. As you said, you don't go to Google search, you use this. You can go and do other things. It'll tell you when it's ready. And yeah.
Yeah. I think it's working smart, not hard.
Yeah. We have
vacation planning. So Andreas just mentioned it's good for vacation planning. I couldn't agree more. And especially with 2.5 Pro, the vacation planning part is really good now, for sure. That's a really good use case. Okay.
Any other questions, or maybe a question about something we haven't shown today that you're interested in?
No.
No.
Okay. I was definitely expecting more questions, so we might be able to wrap up a bit early.
Again, this is the last session before summer. These sessions are run quarterly, if it's not already obvious, but we'll come back. I don't know if I think we have our fabulous marketing person on the call, Emma. Do we have the next session already locked in? I think we do.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, Emma needed to drop off, so I'm Sally from the marketing. Yeah, we still don't have a new date for the next one, but we'll definitely send an email to everyone when we have it.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So if there are no more questions, thank you so much for your time today. We'll again share the recording, this deck, and then a date for the next webinar, so you can lock it into your calendars already now after summer. So it'll probably be September, I imagine.
Great. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Appreciate your time. I know it's near quarter end, so I do appreciate your time spent on this call as well. And we'll see you next quarter.